All right, guys. So, talking about the biggest disappointments of the 2022 Mr. Olympia, which there's quite a few of them, but I just want to talk about three specifically. Number one here is going to be Blessing Awodabu. Yep, this guy talked a big game, saying he's going to be the first call out, saying put me next to Nick, all kind of stuff, man. I mean, of course, you want to hype up the event, you want to hype yourself up, you want to make yourself seem like a way bigger deal than you probably are. But when you come in looking like this and end up in the fourth call out, it's not a good look. It's definitely not a good look at all. Now, this guy was talking a lot of stuff during the press conference about, he's going to be right next to Nick. And Nick said, I don't talk to guys in the third call out. And he actually lined up in the fourth call out. So Nick was actually off when it comes to where Blessing would have been. Blessing actually plays way worse than even Nick predicted in a joke. It was a comeback to what he was saying. So Blessing definitely missed the mark. He was nowhere near his Indy Pro win or New York Pro win. If he actually showed up looking like Indy, I would say Indy was incredible, man. Indy was a very, very good bodybuilder. This was not the very same Blessing from Indy. It was not even close. Legs disappeared. No real quad separation at all. His quad separation there in Indy was incredible, man. I mean, his quads are not big, but when they're separated, they look impressive. When he's in condition, his back shots are insane. His front double is the best in the show. But he didn't show up. This is the Olympia. It is a way different ball game than any other show you could ever compete at. And it sucks, man. But it is his pro debut. His Olympia debut. His first show. I'm sure he's going to learn and figure it out and get better for the future and potentially move up some slots as the year goes on and he progresses with his bodybuilding career. Next is going to be Hunter Labrada. Yep, Hunter Labrada. He is outside of the top 6, coming off of a 4th place finish in the 2021 Mr. Olympia. Now, what happened with Hunter? He honestly didn't look that different in regards to last year. He was actually in a little bit better condition this time around compared to last year. But I don't know if it's just this crop of guys that are just way better. You have the Andrew Jacks. Samson brought it. Nick got way better. Hottie's insane. Hunter's not beating Brandon or Rami. I don't really think he is that bad. I don't really think he's that far off compared to his previous condition that actually got him with that 4th place victory. I just think these guys are way better. He did not progress as much as these other guys. His back still needs a lot of work. His back still needs to come up. He had a whole entire year to prep and dedicate every single waking hour to this one specific show. And he just didn't do enough. He did not do enough. So I don't know if this is a disappointment in regards to his preparation, but comparing his placement of last year to this year, he is definitely dropping a couple spots. I'm sure he's not happy with going from being in the top 5 to having to do a show next year to re-qualify for the Olympia. It is definitely a step backwards. But like I said, these guys, they're bringing it. Samson brought it. Nick brought it. Hottie's insane. Derek came out of nowhere. Brandon is a Mr. Olympia. Big Rami's a Mr. Olympia. You're not just going to easily beat those guys. Yeah, it is just not a good time for Hunter. Sitting at potentially between the 7 to even 10 spot. Some people don't even have him in the top 10. So that must be very disheartening. So the biggest disappointment of the 2022 Mr. Olympia is Big Rami. Yep, Big Rami. He just, it's too many structural flaws, man. His triceps are atrophied. His lower back is atrophied. He has these incredible dents in his quads. You can see the dent right here. I don't know what is going on here. There was so much hype with him coming into the show. We had his coach, Chad Nichols, saying he's going to bring 2020 or 2003 level of conditioning comparable to Ronnie Coleman. And he is nowhere near that. He is nowhere near comparable to an 03 Ronnie Coleman. Like, not even close. Especially from the back. I mean, maybe you can talk about, I don't know, maybe the midsection. I mean, it's tight. but everywhere else is nothing compared to Ronnie Coleman. The glutes, the lower back doesn't exist. You can see right here the Christmas tree is just, I mean, his whole lower back is just gone. It's even worse than Dennis Wolf. I mean, Dennis Wolf, he always had high lats, but he really worked the back over time. He actually had a very good back at the end of his career. Big Ramy, as his career progresses, his back is getting worse, and now his triceps are affected. And you can see that in the back double. You can see it apparent in the front double. You can see it inside tricep. I don't know what is going on, but he is just past his prime, to be honest. He is regressing at a rate that is almost Branch Warren-esque. I remember Branch Warren one year being an incredible bodybuilder, and then just out of nowhere started dropping, atrophy, just muscles were melting and waist was thickening, and it was just not a good look. And it happened very, very fast with Branch, incredibly fast. Are we seeing the beginning stages of Ramy potentially, ending his career? Is this the end of Big Ramy? Well, I don't know if this is the end, but this probably is the beginning of the end, because you have guys like Derek Lunsford, who was a 212 Olympia champion last year. This is his open debut, and he is beating Big Ramy. When it comes to the prejudging, finals are still going on, so finals could definitely have another outcome, but this is just insane. I mean, we're talking about Ramy potentially being anywhere between 4th to 6th. It is an incredibly rare thing for the reigning and defending Mr. Olympia champion to fall outside of the top 4. The most recent one I can think of was Dexter Jackson in 2009, where he came to defend his title and landed in 3rd. Jay Cutler won the title back, and I believe that's the year Branch came 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. So Dexter went from 1st to 3rd, but Ramy can go from 1st to 4th, 5th, or even 6th. That is insanely bad when it comes to a defending champion. So, like I said, the injury, whatever's going on, it is very apparent. The atrophy in the muscle, the triceps, the back, and just the subpar separation when it comes to specific poses and certain areas looking washed out and melted. I don't know what's going on, man, but it's not a fun thing to see. So, down below, guys, let me know if you agree with these 3 disappointments. Maybe you have other ones, and there are indeed other ones, but these are just 3 I thought to pick out for myself. Let me know down below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.